Welcome to another Warships video. Today is day 4 of Season 13. A lot of players have already unlocked the 4th ER and things are heating up. We have seen the heavy rush meta disappear mostly in favor of full clone rifleman attacks or Cryobombardiers. At the moment I'm sitting at gold 18 on my main account Foucault 2.0 and I've got 53 keys left to use. I'm not really sure what I'm going to spend them on yet, and I will discuss that later in the video. As always, let's go over the tech tree first. Here's the great surprise. I have not unlocked Cryobombardiers yet. Rushing Cryobombardiers and artillery worked great if you could do it on day 2, but it is not so great for people who came a bit late to the party. Cryobombardiers are less strong than normal bombardiers. I don't have them unlocked and I beat players who use them more often than not. I'll take it a step further and say that when people defeat me, they mostly use Riflemen instead of Diddles. Now, I want to stay realistic and I must say that Bombardiers will be more effective than Riflemen as the bases get stronger. But, if you don't have Cryobombardiers yet, I would wait with unlocking them until you have 100% building health, flamethrowers, snipers, and boom cannons. Usually, I'm all about tech rushing, meaning that you should mostly go forward and get to the end of the tech tree as soon as possible. But this season is a bit weird. The difference in power between Cryobombardiers and clone riflemen is really small in the 4th ER. And after Cryobombardiers, we don't really get any other interesting troops until after the 6th ER. Defensive buildings are nice because they slow down your opponents. I've gone back and picked up flamethrowers, snipers and doom cannons for this purpose. Because clone riflemen and Cryobombardier hits are focused on fully clearing your base. The extra defense will help a lot. Not because of their power, but because it costs them more time to destroy your defenses. On a side note, when you do have all these buildings unlocked and upgraded, the bonus building damage becomes quite attractive. It really helps against full clone rifleman hits or heavy rushes. But Cryobombardiers are not so affected by it, because of their range, and that's why Cryobombardiers will probably become the dominant meta everywhere soon. So, because Cryobombardiers and Riflemen are pretty much as fast in clearing when you just get to the 4th ER, I recommend building out your defenses first. Artillery is not that great either against people who have 100% building health. It just takes a lot of GBE to destroy one ER. You need 10 hits from a maxed artillery, which is 134 GBE. So, defensive buildings first, then Cryobombardiers, skip artillery and go to the 5th ER while skipping rocket launchers. You can always go back and get rocket launchers, and getting to the 5th ER before most people do will help you more. Now, let's go over base defense. Most of the bases I face have a similar layout to this one here. Make sure that you put defenses in front of the landing zones and spread out your ERs. Place shock mines in such a way that it would slow down possible heavy rushes, as I've seen heavy rushes being used which were way more effective than Cryobombardiers at this point. Oh yeah, on the multi-node, after you unlock the 4th engine room, pick the laser beam. It makes those clone riflemen pop from a distance and works well versus Cryo Diddles as well. If you have less defensive buildings, this type of base can work as well. This was the meta base 2 days ago, but it has a few weak spots. But I used it on my other account without instant training to get to rank 17 today. Now over to the offense. There are 3 possible attacks. First is clone riflemen, then Cryobombardiers, and finally the heavy rush. With clone riflemen, you take 8 boats full of them and Sergeant Brick. Drop 4 boats at one side, 4 at the other, and Sergeant Brick with one of the 2 sides. This is a matter of fully clearing the base most of the time. Save a shock bomb for the hotpot, as it will make your rifles pop like popcorn. It is also sometimes a good idea to use a shock bomb if you see a cluster of flamethrowers and machine guns, which will be hitting your rifles for a relatively long time. Remember that the riflemen become weaker every time they get popped, and they won't react to flares anymore. So it is best to protect them as long as you can in dangerous situations. Before a battle, check to see if the enemy has bonus building damage, and think about where you would need an extra shock bomb. For Cryobombardiers, fill up your boats like this, so you can easily put 1 rifle and 3 Cryo Diddles on either side. Then choose which side needs Sergeant Brick and deploy her there. Most of the time, you will need Sergeant Brick at the left side, because you want them to push towards the right side faster in order to get to the final ERs. A quick tip with Cryo Diddles is, when you are in a situation like this, you've destroyed 1 or 2 ERs, and there are 2 or 3 left at the other side of the base, wait until a path is cleared and then flare everyone to 1 building in the middle to split your troops. This will improve your clear times a lot. That's it for Cryo Diddles. Now, heavy rushes. Some people forget that heavy rush is an option. Sometimes you face a base which has all the defenses, snipers, flamethrowers, boom cannons, but they have misplaced their shock mines. Or they don't have flamethrowers and you see an opening for heavies. Then go ahead. A heavy rush even won my boss fight to get into rank 18. Just one more thing before we get to the replays. I got into rank 18 and still have 53 keys left. I wasn't sure what to do. Either I could unlock the Cryobombardiers or unlock boom mines and mines. Mines are really nice. If you look at the global top ranks, you see everyone having at least the normal mines. They work great against clone riflemen, but to be fair, unless the enemy also has boom mines, I don't really notice them with Cryobombardier hits. So I made my choice. I'm going to skip mines for now. I'll unlock Cryobombardiers because they are better than clone rifles at this point, and I will skip artillery because everyone has 100% building health now anyways. From here on out, it's a straight line to the 5th ER. That was it, guys. I'll bring out a new one in a couple of days, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. Makes me happy. Here are some more replays of my attacks. Good luck and see you next time.